When Xiaoyan received the battle invitation sent by the Hall of Souls, everyone understood that this decisive battle would truly determine who would become the dominant power of the Central Plains. Continuing from before, seeing that Xiaoyan did not deny it, everyone present involuntarily inhaled a sharp breath, exchanging stunned glances. They all knew full well the terror of the purifying demonic lotus flame. Even if the Pill Tower ancestor personally took action, it would still be difficult to gain the upper hand against it. Previously, they had only believed that Xiaoyan's escape from the demonic flame space was an extraordinary stroke of luck. As for refining the purifying demonic lotus flame, such a thought had never even crossed their minds. Haha, good, very good. After the shock passed, Yao Lao quickly regained his composure, his face filled with undisguised joy. The other high-ranking members in the Grand Hall also clasped their hands and laughed respectfully. Today's matter ends here. Everyone return and reorganize your forces, and closely monitor the movements of the Hall of Souls, since they wish to engage in a decisive battle with the Tianfu alliance. Then we shall use facts to tell them. The current alliance no longer fears the Hall of Souls. Yes, listening to Yao Lao's impassioned declaration, a surge of fervor rose within everyone's hearts. Over the past 2 years, the two great factions had clashed repeatedly. At last the time had come to decide the victor once and for all. Moreover, this battle would truly determine who would stand as the supreme overlord of the Central Plains. The news of Xiaoyan's return to the Tianfu alliance quickly spread to every corner under the alliance's influence. In less than a single day, the entire Tianfu territory erupted into excitement. During the past 2 years, although the battles between the alliance and the Hall of Souls had been extremely fierce, Xiaoyan's disappearance had caused a severe drop in morale within Tianfu, especially among disciples originally from the Falling Star Pavilion. Many had fallen into despair. In several past crises when all hope seemed lost, that figure like a god descending from the heavens had appeared and single-handedly reversed the situation. The shock brought by those repeated rescues gradually etched itself deep into their hearts over time, giving rise to heartfelt reverence and awe toward that figure. When news of Xiaoyan's return spread through the Tianfu alliance, the Hall of Souls instead fell into silence. Even the incident of a branch hall being casually destroyed by Xiaoyan was not spread outward. This change greatly boosted the morale of the alliance's ordinary members, who naturally attributed it all to Xiaoyan. However, such emotions were limited to the lower ranks. Many high-level figures understood clearly. This was merely the calm before the storm. This eerie tranquility lasted for about 5 days. During this period, friction between the alliance and the Hall of Souls decreased significantly. Both sides seemed to restrain their forces, refraining from initiating attacks, each guarding their territories with maximum vigilance. About 7 days later, the fragile peace was finally shattered by a blood-red battle invitation, one sent directly by the Hall of Souls. Within a stone pavilion of the courtyard, Xiaoyan stood with his hands behind his back. The crimson battle invitation lay silently upon the stone table. The Hall of Souls finally couldn't hold back any longer, Yao Lao said beside him. But this battle invitation is directed at you, Xiao Chun added calmly. Xiaoyan possesses extremely high prestige within the Tianfu alliance. Defeat him and the alliance's morale will collapse completely. Hearing this, Xiaoyan smiled faintly. With a light flick of his finger, the blood-red invitation opened on its own. A surge of blood mist burst forth, condensing in mid-air into scarlet words. Tianfu Alliance, Xiaoyan. 3 days later, at the summit of Falling Mountain, a battle of life and death. The Falling Mountain range lay at the border between the territories of the Hall of Souls and the Tianfu Alliance, and had long been the most frequent battlefield between the two sides. Once the news spread in less than 3 days, the originally quiet mountain range was flooded with people. Forces and powerful experts from all regions rushed over. This battle for the position of overlord of the Central Plains was, without question, an astonishing spectacle. On the morning of the 4th day, as sunlight pierced through the clouds, the atmosphere of the mountain range instantly grew scorching hot. Countless figures sped toward the falling summit at the heart of the range. At this moment, the sky surrounding the peak was densely packed with people. All experts capable of flight unfolded their Du-Chi wings or hovered directly in mid-air. In areas closer to the summit, even reclusive old monsters and sect great elders could be seen. Clearly, even the older generation was filled with curiosity about today's battle. As time passed, the sunlight grew increasingly intense. Suddenly, space above the summit began to distort. Immediately afterward, under countless gazes, a spatial gateway slowly formed. As it stabilized, massive amounts of cold, black mist accompanied by shrill cries surged forth. The Hall of Souls has arrived. This entrance alone made it obvious who had come. Within the black mist, 7 figures slowly emerged, each radiating overwhelming pressure that struck fear into the hearts of all. The Hall of Souls truly lives up to its reputation as the overlord of the Central Plains. To think they sent out 7 Du Sheng. At the forefront were naturally the Hall Master of the Hall of Souls and Old Demon Tian Ming. Behind them stood a familiar Deputy Hall Master, while the remaining 4 were clearly elite experts of the Hun clan. The Hall Master swept his gaze across the dense crowd before lifting his head toward a distant peak. Since the people of the Tianfu Alliance have arrived, then please show yourselves. Though his voice was calm, it echoed like thunder throughout the entire mountain range. Worthy of the Hall Master of the Hall of Souls. Truly sharp eyes. As his words fell, a laugh rang out. Immediately after, space on the opposite side of the summit twisted as well, and 10 figures appeared directly in mid-air. What? The Tianfu Alliance has 10 Du Sheng. After the initial shock, everyone examined the lineup carefully, drawing sharp breaths. The expressions of several old monsters changed dramatically. This time, the Tianfu Alliance had almost mobilized all of its strongest forces, including Huoyun ancestor, Qinghua 2 immortals, as well as the 1-star Dao Sheng who had joined the alliance in recent years at Yao Lao's invitation. Silence briefly enveloped the surroundings. The sheer lineup alone was enough to intimidate everyone present. You are indeed still alive. The Hall Master of the Hall of Souls showed no excessive reaction. Based on their intelligence network, he already understood much of the Tianfu Alliance's strength. His gaze instantly locked onto the black-robed young man standing at the forefront. Thanks to the Hall Master's concern, otherwise surviving would indeed have been difficult, Xiaoyan said with a smile. The Hall Master showed no interest in the remark. The heavenly flame, is it in your hands? He suddenly asked after a brief silence. Xiaoyan merely smiled, offering no answer. Seeing this, the Hall Master slowly nodded, a trace of solemnity finally appearing in his eyes. A fallen Xiao clan, yet it still managed to produce someone like you. In terms of achievement, you are worthy of standing alongside Xiao Xuan. However, since our Hun clan could cause the first Xiao Xuan to fall, we can just as easily cause the second to fall as well. Today's battle, the Tianfu Alliance has only one chance. If you lose, you will face eternal annihilation. Xiaoyan, do you dare accept? The Hall Master stared coldly at Xiaoyan, his voice carrying an extremely terrifying soul attack that surged forward. Hearing this, Xiaoyan stepped forward. The soul attack failed to push him back even half a step. Xiaoyan raised his head, his expression calm and resolute, and said lightly, I accept.